everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi. I hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, overnight, morning, all that good stuff. I'm gonna do that just for a second. We're gonna get the windows open just for a second because it is warm in here and we've got a hot dog. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, it is Saturday at the time of filming this, and it is a vlog. And we're doing, take a guess. Take a guess where we're going. Say it with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, dog park. I'm most likely going to just do kind of a time-lapse situation with some music while we do our actual lap. Just because we've been going there so much and I feel bad that it's always the same location. But actually, are we going to change things up? I think we're going to change things up. You know what? I lied to you. I feel bad that we keep going to the same places every time. So there is this off-leash dog area just outside of between Golden and Boulder that let's just go there. Let's go there. But I have to flip back to go to the house because there is a fee for that place and I don't have any cash on me. It's all sitting on in my, I guess, dresser. I have like this IKEA storage thing. So let me flip around. We'll go grab some cash and then we'll go there. Let's change it up. Let's get some new scenery. Let's get a different view. I don't know how big this place is. Ooh, my lips are dry. I don't know how big this place is, but it'll be a good change of pace. So let me just, I'm gonna end this clip. I'm gonna pop in the house, grab some cash, and then we'll go to a new place. We're doing it, okay? Hold on. Okie dokie. All right, so we've got our moolah. Now let's get going. I hope you're all doing well. As always, make sure to leave in the comments how things are going for you this week or weekend. Whenever you're watching this, I'd love to hear how things are going for you. I don't know what this person is doing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, let's mix it up. I was gonna say, ooh, let's do a time lapse and I'll just do some music while we're walking around the dog park, but I have time. I've got time. Let's mix it up. Let's get creative. I think the AC's doing what we need it to do now. Okay. So yeah, we're just having fun. This is part of my 4-day weekend. So I have today, tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday off, which is awesome. Last night I just stayed in, didn't really do much. I got another good couple of sections of Pilani done. Oh, where did we go? We went to the lake. We went to the lake and went on a run. And then I started working on Pilani. And I am about 3 sections from being done, but two of the sparklers from DP with sparklers that I used to enhance that kit, I ran out of them. And so rather than pushing through, I ordered them and they'll be on their way. But the mistake I made is, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's my Apple Pay or what, had my old address. Luckily, I was renting from some friends and they still own the house and live in the house, so I can get it from them, but it's about a 25-30 minute drive. So I just need to let them know, like, hey, you're gonna get a package for me, and then I've got to go and get it. So that's gonna put a little bit of a delay in finishing Pilani. I probably could have finished it today if I had all the stuff, but that's okay. It's on pause. So then I just pulled down Cozy Evening. So I'm going to work on Cozy Evening until I get all of that stuff. So yeah, my goal is to try to get Cozy Evening, Pilani, and maybe one other whip, maybe done between now and Summer with the Masters, which I'm co-hosting. I think that, yeah, that video, that announcement video, and the vlog that I did where I was just going on and on about Summer with the Masters, that should all be up. So yeah, I'm super excited. I filmed that announcement video at the time of filming this. That was yesterday. So got that done. And then the vlog that I did where I was just talking about how excited I was, I actually did that before the announcement video because I just wanted to get some of that giddy, excited energy out, because I didn't want to do like an hour long announcement video, just, you know, just chatting. You know, I wanted to kind of get the info out there, provide some examples of kits that can be used. And, oh, you look sad, Apollo. What's the matter? And just kind of keep it pretty succinct for me. So I think it ended up being a little less than half an hour, so I'm going to call that good. So hopefully you got all the information you needed from that. If you have any questions, just reach out to me or Katie over at Diamonds and Washi. But I still am just like, still just very happy. And then I'm hoping that we'll be able to film our announcement video for XS Conversion 23. That should be going up soon too. So be on the lookout for more information about that event. So those will be the two that I'm doing this year. And talk about dream events to co-host. This is going to be great. So yeah, what else is going on? As far as my other, we'll just get into the diamond painting of it all, because when we get to the dog park or the open space, I'll probably film it. I won't do a time lapse, but it'll probably just be intermittent talking because it's all off leash. And I remember there being a lot of dogs, so I'm going to probably be doing a lot of wrangling of Apollo. So just be mindful of that. But other whips. So Head of Medusa's has been done. We talked about Polani, about 3 sections to go. I probably have about, I'd say 12 to 16 sections left of Cozy Evening. So it's still going to be a minute, but it's attainable. It's definitely attainable. I took a look at it today when I pulled it down. I haven't started working on it. I pulled it down right before we left. And I was just like, that color palette's fine. And I remember enjoying it for a while, but for whatever reason, I looked at it today and like, it wasn't speaking to me as much. Like my mood and like what I'm interested in as far as color palettes definitely ebbs and flows, but those kind of icy, wintry colors, they just weren't doing it for me. But I'm gonna keep going. And then I have Senorita, no progress there. Star Maker, no progress there. Crimson Oracle, no progress there. And then the mystery kit from Jaded Gem Shop I haven't touched, and I haven't touched Sunset Crossing either. I highly doubt that I'll be able to get into those right now. You know, between now and Summer with the Masters, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna say Polani and Cozy Evening, and maybe I'll get a portion of the way done on one more, but I'm not banking on getting all like 3 of my whips done in 2 months. Maybe, who knows? So we've got all that. And then as far as what's coming in, right now I have my DIY Moon Shop, which I don't think has been shipped at all. My Treasure Studios Arts, which I don't think has been shipped at all. And then I have Last Supper from Jaded Gem Shop. I have Winter by Alphonse Mucha from Jaded Gem Shop. I have my cross stitch conversion. I have, I'm missing something there. Oh, Sultana from Jaded Gem Shop and Borealis from Jaded Gem Shop. And then she released Cleo from Henry Clive. Sultana and Borealis are also from Henry Clive, but she also released Cleo, which is this gorgeous Henry Clive of Cleopatra. Absolutely stunning piece, and I couldn't not get it. But even though I wanted to get it in squares because I think it deserves some more detail, I just can't bring myself to keep buying giant square kits because of cross-stitch conversions. So I got it in round. So I think that'll work up a lot faster. I'm very curious to see if the same amount of detail will come out of that kit in a round drill. I hope I'm not going to be disappointing myself by making that choice, but I got the largest size just in round. So hopefully that size makes up for some of the detail that can be lost with round drills. So we'll see. I'm curious, but it's just a super beautiful image. And I had to have it. So I ended up snagging that, and then Jade came out with they're called like Forever Sticky Tips or Forever Tacky Tips or something like that. They are thin metal multi-placers that she's put some sort of permanent adhesive in there. She's like filled it in, so it stays sticky forever. All you do is if it ever gets dusty or crusty, you wipe it with like a wet paper towel or a wet cloth, or I think you can take some alcohol to it and just wipe off whatever's accumulated on it, let it dry, and it should be sticky again, and they are supposed to last forever. So that would be really interesting if those worked out, because then maybe I could do putty or something in my single placer, or, but always have those on hand. Hopefully they work well. I'm a little bit curious. I've never heard of anything like that. Someone selling an entire pen tip pre-filled with something that's supposed to be permanent. So very curious to see how that goes. So I ended up getting 3 of them, I think. I think I got a single placer, a 4 or a 5, and a 7, something like that. And then that other kit. So that's what I have coming in. And then I guess we'll start calling this last category secrets. I really wish I could say more, but I did mention quite a bit on one of my dog park vlogs. I think it was like Saturday's vlog. I don't know, the Saturday before I announced co-hosting Summer with the Masters. I did spoil a little bit there. I have been working with a new diamond painting shop that will be supplying drills, and I just don't want to fully announce it because I think that the owner should be I don't want to take that away from. I don't want to spoil the surprise, or you know what I mean. But I've already been ordering from them kits. So one of them was given to me, the drills for one kit. And then I've ordered another cross-stitch conversion. I ordered the drills for that, and then the canvas from Heaven and Earth Designs. And then I mentioned it in a previous vlog, but this shop owner actually helped me churn one of Hannah over at Iterations Crafts images into a cross-stitch pattern, and then we're going to do the conversion. I ordered the drills for that, so they should be here in a few days. So that'll be, I think that might be, I'm sure other people have done it, I'm sure, but it's the first time that I've personally heard of someone taking their own custom, or their own image, I licensed it, converting that into a pattern, and then converting that into a diamond painting, like a double conversion. I haven't really heard anyone doing that. I'm sure people have, but not anybody that I watch or listen to. I don't think. If you know of someone that's done that, has done a custom cross-stitch conversion, let me know, because I think it's really cool. I think it's a cool option if you want to do that for like your own personal photo, or if you find an old masters and you just can't find a pattern for it. you can use a site, I think it's called Pixel Stitch, to do that. And then you can also do it through the site Threadbare. But Pixel Stitch is free, and Threadbare you have to pay for. So one of these days, here soon, I'll probably do it as part of the cross-stitch conversion event. I will do a tutorial on how to utilize Pixel Stitch and do some editing and changing. I was taught how to do it recently, and I got the okay to relay that information in the form of a video. So yeah, that's what we've got going on as far as projects, things in the works, things coming in. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for Summer with the Masters. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do the cross-stitch conversion that I showed on my announcement video that, what is it? I forget, it's got Lobmoose in the name, but that's only half of it, and I think it's by Ernst Haeckel. It's German. It's in German. So I think that's what I want to do for Summer with the Masters as an ongoing project through the entire event. It's a massive project. It's got over 250 colors, so I know that's something that's going to take me a very long time. I mean, heck, that could run all the way through the cross-stitch conversion event. Who knows? So I know that's going to take me a really long time, and I do need breaks working on cross-stitch conversion kits. I needed breaks working on Head of Medusa, so I would grab Polani or, you know, something else just to work on a little bit. So I'd like to find around old masters to work on alongside that piece, just to add some more interest. And pulling out all of my old masters from my stash actually was really helpful, because I was like, oh, I totally forgot. Like, I mean, I know I had it, but it re-sparked my interest in some of my stash. So I think I'm going to pick one of those two Gustav. I'm not going to do Woman in Gold, mainly because Katie did that last year for Summer with the Masters. I'm sure she wouldn't care, but I'm like, as far as wanting to show some new, fresh things, I'm like, I don't know if people are going to want to see me work on that same kit. So I think what I'm going to do is pick one of the other two I have, the Kiss or Lady with Fan. I'm leaning towards Lady with Fan just because I think that color palette is very summery and fun, and tons of special drills, so I think that'll pique my interest too, just to have some, you know, fun drills. And who knows, when I go to actually unbox that and kit it, start kitting it up, since it's round, I might identify some opportunities for additional special drills from DP with Sparklers. So I'm going to take a look at that. Working on Polani has been such a nice change up from Head of Medusa. Of course, I loved working on that, but this is just so much more color and just a lot of like bright teals and stuff. There is a lot of 310, but there's no browns really, which I love those neutral tones, but it's nice to change it up. So I've been really enjoying working on Polani, and every time I pull it down and work on it, start a new section, I'm like, you know what? This is really making me want to work on Sitara from Micah Jelena. It's kind of like the sister piece to Polani. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I need to look at that charting, because that has a lot more pinks and fuchsias and like really bright colors. And I'm like, I might have to really, really doll that one up. Like, Sitara might be the glitzy sister of Polani, because I'm like, I could use every pink and magenta and every shade of sparkler that Tima has in those pink and magenta hues and just replace it all. I could see that thing just being like fling. I'm loving the special drills. I can't wait to show you that finish, and who knows, maybe by the time this goes up I'll have already done that. It just depends on when I can get those drills from my buddy's house. So, hi Apollo. He's just out of frame and he's looking at me like, you better be taking me somewhere fun. So, yeah, that's kind of the diamond painting news. Just trying to figure out like I said, what I want to do for summer with the Masters, but I'm feeling pretty confident that I'm going to go ahead and do, did I pass it? I couldn't have passed it. I don't think I passed it. Did I? Apollo, did I pass it? I couldn't have. Let's keep going a little bit further. I don't even know if this, yeah, this is the right road. I'm like, all of a sudden I kind of like was paying attention to where I was going. I'm like, either I passed it or it's further down or I'm not even close to being on the right highway, but I am. This is the only highway that runs this far west from Golden to Boulder, so I'm definitely on the right road. No, it's after this because I know where we're at now. Okay. Whew. Oh my goodness. It's like, what happened? It's just a little bit further. So the company that I work for has multiple sites all across Colorado, and we went to one in Dillon, Colorado. As a group, we did a site visit. The team did a site visit, and that was this past week. And then there's a brand new one being built here in North Golden, and so that's now kind of one of my landmarks. Is where's our facility that's under construction? It's right back there. So, okay, I think I need to get on this side of the road. So yeah, just kind of trying to brainstorm ideas for summer with the Masters, trying to come up with like what topics I might want to talk about. Katie and I still need to discuss structure and scheduling of videos, like the content side of things, but I can at least kind of like, brainstorm once we figure out what that structure is. Like, what can I talk about? What can I bring to the event this year to add some more value to what's already there, which is a lot. I've been trying to do a little bit of homework and research and watching through Katie and Jessica's playlists from the past couple of years, just to kind of make sure I have a good feel of like the vibe and stuff that's already been done, so I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel with my bright ideas, So, yeah, just trying to familiarize myself with the content that's already been created. But yeah, so just working through that. And what else happened this week? I don't know, not too much. I have a friend in from out of town. Him and his partner came to go see one of their other friends, but they ended up getting in super duper early on Thursday. Like they're from Nashville, and they got here at like 6 something in the morning, so they were up at like 2 or 3 a.m. their time to make sure that they were here and the airport and all that stuff. So by the time they got in, they just ended up calling it an early night. And then yesterday they went to one of the museums here. It's more of an art installation, Meow Wolf. They went and did that and bopped around. And they also went on like a really long hike. So they were like, yeah, after Meow Wolf, which is just sensorily like a lot, like we just want to call it a night and just go home. So this morning we went to brunch, and I haven't seen him in like 16 years. So it was a little emotional. And it was just so nice to see him and meet his partner for the first time. I've been friends with both of them, or I've been friends with his partner on Facebook for like 7 years. Like, I've been chatting with them, and stuff. I really feel like we went too far. Ugh. I don't know. I'm just going to keep driving. This just feels too far, Apollo. I don't know. We might have to flip around and see. This just feels too far. Because in my head, I'm like, it's going to be just as far as the the dog park that we normally go to. But now I feel like we're almost to where that dog park is. We're just further west. So I might have to cut you off so I can figure this out. Let me go a little bit further. Oh my gosh. It's literally right off this highway. Like, if I'm paying attention, I shouldn't miss it, but apparently I'm missing it. So yeah, it was awesome. We went to this place called LaRue. It's off of the 16th Street Mall in Denver, and it's kind of this like Creole-inspired brunch, lunch kind of place. And it was really good. They have a lot of like bottomless mimosa situations. It's that kind of brunch place, and they're in like vacation mode, in from out of town, having a blast. So like bottomless mimosas all around. I was like, I'll just do one Bloody Mary. But I had a delicious Eggs Benedict, and then they were going to go take an Uber to this other food hall kind of place. It's called Milk Market. So they were going to go do that, and I was like, I gotta go take this boy and get some exercise before I continue the party train. So I don't mind letting loose in the evening, but I was like, I kind of want to get a little bit of diamond painting done. I need to clean up the house a little bit. So I came back home, cleaned up the house a little bit, did a bit more of diamond painting, and just general tidying up. And then Apollo was like, it's time to go. So that's what we're going to do right now. And then I'll meet up with them this evening, just kind of catch up with wherever they are. And if I can remember to take any pictures or clips, I'd love to introduce you to one of my old friends, Matthew, who I haven't seen in a little over 15 years. So it was just so cool, He's like, you look exactly the same. I'm like, I absolutely do not. I categorically do not look the same. But it was great. It was great. Now, is this something? Okay, this looks familiar. There's just this random bar and grill. Like, there's horses right here, and there's this like little roadside bar and grill that always has a lot of cars parked outside, but it's a little out of the way. Like, there's mountains over here, no houses, a couple farms, and then this way is nothing. But they just decided to throw a little bar and grill up kind of out in the middle of nothing. But I think they have a karaoke night. So yeah, they want to kind of, go out on the town a little bit. And so I told them, hey, maybe if you're into like a dive bar situation, we can go do some karaoke somewhere. Or if you want like a club situation, there's actually a couple that I know of in my old age that are fun. So there's some options. Like I can help be a little bit of a tour guide if needed. So, but their friend's been here, I think, for about 10 years now. She lives in like super far south Denver, and I'm like northwest. So I think I saw a parking lot. So I think we might be coming up on it. If so, then I'll go ahead and cut off the clip, and then we'll go for our stroll here. And like I said, I'll record in real time for a while. I don't have a ton to chat about, just because I really let it all out during that vlog after the announcement video, and that's really all that's been on my brain. Ooh, there's like, yes. There's like 4 cars here. Last time I was here, the parking lot was packed. Yes, Apollo, this is it. No people, all dogs. No people, all dogs. Okay, we're gonna park. Let me go ahead and get myself all situated here. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I can't wait for you to see this. Yeah, I can't wait for you to see this. Okay, let me go ahead. Oh, I can just... You guys, I just parked. All you have to do is download their Park mobile app, and then you just pay on your phone. This whole time. I didn't even need to go get cash. Okay, let me do this. Let's get set up. Let's go. I'm so excited. It's a beautiful day. Let's do this. Okay, bye. Okay, alrighty. I think we are good to go. Let's go. Let's go. This is just a parking lot. This is just a parking lot. Wait till you see what we got. Okay, so we're definitely closer to Boulder than we are Golden at this stage. But essentially, if you head directly in that direction, that's east, You'll run into the dog park that we normally go to if you head that way for about 20 minutes or so. But this is called Flatirons Vista. Ooh, there's an annual permit for $25. We might have to do that next time. So, looks like, if you can see, we are here, and we have this entire area is all off-leash, and then it looks like leashes are required back here. So if we're looking at it this way, let's try to do, it looks like this is 0.2 miles, 0.9, 1.4. Let's try to do this whole loop. Let's see if we can manage. All right, are you ready, buddy? Let's go. So, probably about 3 miles. Okay, well, I have to come up with some topics for 3 miles worth of. Dog must be on. Registered in the city of Boulder's Voice and Sight. A valid program tag. The dog is under voice and sight control. Voice and sight tags must be renewed annually. The dog is under voice and sight control. Okay. I don't have a voice and... Okay. Apparently I need to get him registered with a voice and sight tag. I don't have that though. Let's see. A valid... Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to... Apollo, we're gonna have to get you registered for that, but I'm breaking a little rules today. No one tell on me. If you call the city of Boulder and tell them that I was out here without my voice and sight tag, I'm gonna be real mad. But apparently, I think that all that means is voice and sight control, I think, is you need to have eyes on your dog, and your dog needs to respect vocal commands, both of which he does. So I think we'll be okay. The only thing I could foresee happening is if a ranger's out here and he's like, "Where's your tag?" But I don't think that's gonna happen. Come on. Come on. Okay. And also there's like nobody here, so. Okay. There are so many little prairie dogs out here. So I have a feeling Apollo's gonna want to chase them, but who knows? Look at him. Isn't it beautiful out here? You kind of have these rolling fields and then the Flatirons in the background. This is gorgeous. So this is technically in the city of Boulder. Okay, microphone's looking good. I'm gonna scrunch up my hood just a little bit. It's actually a little windy, a little chilly. Let me move this microphone. Sorry, I'm messing with the mic. Okay. All right. Oh, what a gorgeous day. Even though it is a little windy and chilly, it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at those mountains. It's awesome. Got my best friend with me. Don't go over there. I think they allow horses. Seeing a lot of big old horse poop or cow poop, or there's some kind of piles. There's piles of things along the path. Ooh, let me start my outdoor walk. Okay. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yay, I'm glad we made this call. This is a little bit more enticing of a view than at the dog park, although it is really pretty there too. We're just much closer to the mountains. I see a little prairie dog. Look at, he's going for it. Apollo! Hey! Apollo! Apollo! Come on, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. He's so enthralled right now. Oh my goodness. This way. Come on, come on, come on. There's nobody behind us. Go, 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 go. Good boy. Okay, let's go. Go. He's booking it. Oh my goodness. So yeah, like I said in my previous vlog, just between work going super well and being able to do not only XS conversion 23, but now summer with the masters, and I've just been, having a good time with Apollo, and just being outdoor and active some more. I don't know, it's just been, this year really just kind of made it, or just kind of, we're starting to hit like a big upswing. Hey, Apollo, let's go. Leave those guys alone. They will tear you up. When we were at the, hey, Apollo, hey, sorry guys, this way, come on, let's go, good boy, good boy. Okay, I don't think we want to go this way. I think, let's see what it says. To Prairie Vista Trail, Flatirons Vista South, and Flatirons Vista North. Let's just go. Let's keep going this way. Eventually, it's supposed to be a loop. I just don't know. I'm pretty sure that's the meeting spot of the loop. So let's get up this hill. Wow, these views. So yeah, things have just been kind of trending up. Hopefully they continue to do so. And this 4-day weekend's gonna be a nice little break from what was a pretty busy week work-wise. I was covering for my coworker, which I think I've already mentioned that, but yeah, so just a lot of work. So it'll be nice to regroup. I think either Monday or Tuesday, Apollo and I are gonna go skiing. That's right, Apollo's coming to cross country with me for the very first time. We're gonna go up to Lake Dillon. So that'll be a fun video. That'll be a future vlog. And tomorrow I'm gonna probably hang out with my friends. They're here until Monday. So I'm gonna hang out with them. They're gonna do dinner at her friend's house. And they're all from Tennessee and I almost said Moulin Rouge, New Orleans. Come on, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. He's eating something. I don't even want to know. There's so much deer and horse poop out here. So yeah, they have that. That's where they're from. Let's go. Apollo, come on, come on, let's go. He's not really doing the voice control thing right now. Hey, come on. So maybe I can't get that tag. Come on, come on, come on. Did you eat poop? Did you eat poop? You better tell me now. So they're all from Tennessee and New Orleans. And so they are actually going to be doing a huge seafood dinner tomorrow night. The gal that lives here, that's from New Orleans, she had a bunch of crawfish shipped from New Orleans here, and then they're doing lobsters, and they're gonna also do some kind of clam or seafood bread or something like that. I forget what it's called, but they're doing a big seafood night tomorrow, and they're like, you should come. And I was like, okay. So I'm gonna bring some wine, and then I really love seafood. I'm just not good. I'm not familiar with a lot of seafood recipes. The only thing I really know how to make is like ceviche. Maybe I could do that. But I was also thinking I'll make something that's non-seafood as like an appetizer kind of thing. So one of my favorite things to make for entertaining is what I call I call it a goddess platter. It's actually partially inspired from a HelloFresh kit that I got a long time ago, and it's roasted and seasoned garbanzo beans or chickpeas, then a cucumber, onion, and tomato salad that's got a Greek dressing with dill, and then there's also hummus, an olive kind of tapenade kind of thing, and then baked pita bread, so warm pita bread, and then what's the last thing? Trying to think. There's one other piece to it. Bulgur wheat, which is just a wheat. It kind of gives me quinoa vibes, but it's not quinoa. So bulgur wheat that's seasoned, usually with like a vegetable stock. So it can be a vegan recipe, but I'll also usually do a Mediterranean herb chicken, and I'll just either roast that or cook it up in a pan and just kind of thinly slice that. And then you can also do a little kind of tzatziki sauce ish that can kind of go on it. It's just kind of like a watery kind of sour cream drizzle that's got salt and pepper and dill in it. Matthew said, just to let you know, we're going.
Here's what I found.
Siri, Siri automatically turned on when I lifted my watch up. Said, here's what I found for the book of Matthew. He said, they're going back to Aaron's house, but I'm welcome to come by. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was like, oh, I'll meet up with you guys in a couple hours, and then I got home and started tidying up, and now it's been like 3 hours, so come on, let's go. Go, 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 go. So yeah, there's like a kind of cucumber sauce that you can put on top. I just usually drizzle that over the chicken, and I put it on this big platter that I have that kind of has like the print on the platter is kind of like a fun Mediterranean kind of mosaic looking thing. So I'll put them in lines, and then you can just take the pita bread and just scoop straight across, so you get a little bit of like all 5 things on your piece of pita bread. So that's usually kind of my trying to be fancy. The other thing that I really like making is kind of like it's a salad, but I do it's almost like a warm salad. So I use arugula, like a spring mix usually, and then I'll usually just grab whatever veggies I have that I need to get rid of in the fridge. Take a look at this view. Are you seeing this right now? So, I think this is the closest to the foothills we've been without going into the mountains. But dead ahead it's this way, is the city of Boulder. And you might be able to see it way off in the distance is part of the CU Boulder campus. So that's kind of northwest. But if we go straight ahead, we're looking straight north towards Wyoming. So right as those foothills start to taper off, that's where it starts to get kind of flat up into Fort Collins area and then up towards Cheyenne, Wyoming. And then this is directly west. And then this is directly south. Let's see if we can get out of these. Might be able to get out of these trees and see the south too, but let's go. Go, go, go. Do you like it out here? But yeah, that salad, I'll usually just, whatever veggies I've got, I'll just roast them up. So a lot of times I'll do like blistered cherry tomatoes. I'll do asparagus, sometimes some squash, like just kind of whatever I've got around, and just roast them up on sheet pans. And then lay those on top of the spinach or the baby spring mix. And then I have a balsamic drizzle that I'll usually put on it, and then I'll put a balsamic vinaigrette on the side, so if people want to dress it up, they can. But it's just a really good salad that has a nice presentation. It just looks very colorful when it's all done. And then I'll usually grill or like pan sear some flank steak and kind of thinly slice that and lay that on top. So who knows, I might get squirrely and do both. Maybe tomorrow will be a cooking video. Who knows? But I'm just not good at making seafood, or I'm just not knowledgeable. And also, they were like, don't bring anything, just come. And I was like, yeah, you're not buying me a lobster and crab legs and crawfish and all this stuff, and I'm not gonna bring anything. So it's like, maybe I'll do a couple different beers, some wine, and just like a salad and a little appetizer, you know. I think you might have seen, did I use that platter? I may have used that platter to do my kielbasa, my kielbasa meal that I did for WT Benda. Apollo, that's poop. Come on, let's go. He is so gross. Oh, hey, let's go. There's poop everywhere. This is, oh yeah. Come on, Apollo, come on. He's gonna have to get his teeth brushed when we get home. That's disgusting. Where is all this poop coming from? They must have cattle out here, because that's what it looks like. These are big poops. So anyway, I guess there could be elk, but this is just too much. I don't know if elk poop that much. Hopefully it disperses once we get further down. Who knows? Who knows? I'm trying not to care. But yeah, I think I'll contribute with that. Go, go, go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I think I'll contribute with, let's go, with just a couple sides, but well-presented sides. So I'm also not a baker, so I can't really be the dessert man. So yeah, and this is the first time, like I said, I've seen this friend in a long time. First time I'm meeting his partner, and first time meeting their friends, and they're all incredibly nice, and they're very welcoming, like, sit down, when I got to brunch. But it was a very nice brunch place. I felt a little underdressed. I didn't know what I was walking into. And then I'm like, okay, we're doing this seemingly big elaborate seafood dinner, which I'm super excited for, but I want to make sure that I don't show up with a hamburger helper situation. Like, here's my bacon and ranch cheeseburger skillet, you know. So I want to do it up, you know. So I think those will be my 2 meals. So maybe I'll bring you guys grocery shopping with me, who knows. But I can definitely try to do the cooking portion. The only thing that sucks is, well, I've mentioned it before, but ooh, Apollo, do you know what that is? Oh, it's a stick. I thought it looked almost like a elk horn, but it was just a stick in the shape of one. What was I gonna say? Oh, I had a camera mount that I could affix to my spice cabinet so I could film overhead over the stove, but I threw it away. So maybe I'll go to Best Buy and see if they have something that I can get right away. Or maybe I can get something same day from Amazon. But yeah, I'll need to do that. And I don't know, if this was such a weird thought, but if this was just a path that just kept going forever and all I had to do in life was just keep walking towards these beautiful mountains, I'd just do it. Be like, okay, airdrop me supplies and a backpack full of diamond painting kits and a tent and I'll just walk this forever. This is beautiful. I love this. So yeah, that is the plan. And then, like I said, they leave Monday, I think, afternoon. So I'll probably see if they want to do a little farewell hang or something like that. And, you know, send them off. Otherwise, you know, I don't want to completely bombard their trip. Like I said, they weren't out here to visit me. So as much as I would love to just hang out with them the entire time because it's been so long, I think maybe what I need to do is go see them in Nashville at some point. I've never been there. So yeah, tomorrow I'll either see what they're interested in doing. Otherwise, so tomorrow is the dinner, sorry. So tomorrow, before that, I'll cook all that stuff in the afternoon, but I'm hoping to get a decent amount of cozy evening done. Maybe take Apollo on a morning hike. And if I can film that, I'll bring you with me. Because I don't think have we? I think we have been up to South Table in Golden. I think we have, but it was before I had the action camera. It's where the Coors plant, we could see the Coors plant from up top. So I think we've been there. I'm trying to think of any other places that are relatively close by that we haven't been to that I could just bop over to with you. I'll have to look into that tonight. Maybe find something in Boulder. I'm not sure. But if I can find a place to do a little morning hike, that'll be a separate vlog. So maybe it'll be morning hike and cooking. Yeah, I think we can manage that. Let's go. Let's go. And then, what else? So Monday, when they leave, let's go. Come on. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. He is like, he's such a picturesque little puppy. There's lots of cute dogs, but I mean, come on. He's an especially cute one. Right? Right? Come here. Come here. You're not gonna kiss me because you're gross, but I love you. So yeah, Monday, if they want to hang out before the airport, great. If not, then I'll probably we'll either ski that day or we'll hike that day. And then Tuesday will be the reverse. So whichever one we decide we want to do. Let's go this way, Bubba. I want to see what is at the end of this. Pretty sure this is where it splits off. And this way is the on-leash, like going into the valley here. I kind of want to do it because this is so gorgeous. Yeah, so we'll ski and hike Monday and Tuesday. I just don't know in which order. Let's see, we just hit our first mile, so that, yeah, that makes sense. This has got to be the break. Let's see. Apollo, come on. Good boy. You're a good voice dog. Okay. Dowdy Draw Trail. Do you want to see what's over here? Also, I don't know the difficulties of any of this stuff, so this is all new for me. Okay. Dogs must be on leash. Oh, no, this is off leash. All right, let's do it, baby. This doesn't look like a loop, so we might have to double back. We'll see how far we go down this. Okay. Oh my word. I've been loving responding to comments. I'll never say it too many times. That's my favorite way to communicate with you all, is through the comments on these videos. I'm more than happy to engage on Instagram and stuff here and there, but I have started to create a moment for reading and responding to comments, and it is just, everyone's just so kind. Once again, I'm not going to try to get emotional, but I do make it a moment now. I used to just kind of respond to comments just kind of haphazardly when I had a minute, and now I've been doing it once a week, every Thursday, and it's kind of been coinciding with my roommate, Scott, Bowie's dad. He is playing hockey. He's in a hockey league, and his games are every Thursday, and I haven't gone all season because they're late at night. They're like 9 o'clock at night on a Thursday. Hey, let's go. Come on. Good boy. Look at how gorgeous this is. I want you to take a look at this right now. So we're kind of at the top of a pretty steep drop off. And isn't this this is cool. We're getting that annual pass. Absolutely, we're getting that annual parking pass. So he does his hockey every Thursday. It's about half an hour from the house, so... Oh, Apollo, stay. Good boy, stay. Good job, good voice control. Hold on. Okay. Good job, buddy. Okay, go ahead. So just because it's so far away and it's late at night on a Thursday, I hadn't really gone, but I don't think anyone has gone to his games. And so I was also like, Anthony, go support your friend in one of his hobbies and activities. Like, it's easy. Just go do it. All I'd be doing anyway is staying up and diamond painting probably. So I just went to his second game. This was his first playoff game this past Thursday, and it was a lot of fun. It's very cold, but he told me on Thursday, he's like, you do realize you don't have to sit right next to the ice at those tables. There's like stadium seating if you just go up the stairs. And I was like, oh, because this past Thursday, the time before, I showed up completely underdressed. Oh, Apollo, stay. I showed up completely underdressed and I was freezing. Hold on just a second. right, you're free. You're free to roam. There's a little creek down there. This is gorgeous. I wonder how far down this goes, because this is going to be all uphill coming back. It might go all the way down there. You see down in the valley, there's some paths. I bet you were headed down that way. I'm not going all the way down there. I'm not mentally prepared for that kind of hike, that kind of elevation gain today. This was supposed to be just a little dog park jaunt. So he was like, oh, you can sit in the stands. You don't need to be at the little high top tables right next to the ice. So I was freezing my butt off the first time. So this past Thursday, I showed up in like my winter coat and I had a hat on and gloves on. Like I was bundled up for this hockey game. So that's when he brought it up, because he kind of looked at me like, are you dressed like that? I was like, it is cold. He's like, you don't have to sit next to the ice. Like they have a heated area with like normal stadium seating if you just go up the stairs. And I was like, oh. But it's kind of cool being next to the ice, because like sometimes they slam into the like plexiglass, or, you know, it's just closer to where everything's happening. But they did so good. The guest team, they beat them like 10-0. And then the first game I went to, they won that one as well. So he's a really strong skater. He's a good hockey player. So yeah, it's just like, I know this is way out of the way from where any of us, you know, any of our friend group lives, but I'll go support you. But all of that's to say, good boy. That's now been my respond to comments day, is Thursday night while I'm at hockey, watching Scott. So my goal is to respond to them all by the time the game is over. And of course I keep a heads up and watch when he's out on the ice, because he's pretty, like, he makes a few shots each game. So keep my eyes on him, and then when he's off the ice and they've rotated other team members, I'm like, okay, back to my phone. So I've been able to get comments done completely both times. So that's going to be my game plan, is to pick one night a week. It just feels really nice, you know? And I always finish responding to them in like a super good mood. And yeah, so that's what I've been doing. Once he's done with his playoffs, okay, so this is starting to, let's see. I did not sign up for a strenuous hike today, and this is gonna be fun going back up. You can see we're a lot closer down in the valley. So I think this trail snakes and comes down here, and then there's a bridge down straight there, and then it goes all the way down. I mean, we could do this for miles and miles. It is so gorgeous though. We're gonna have to make this a day hike to do this entire thing, because it goes on and on. I'll have to look at the map and see where it ends, but this is like the quintessential Flatirons outside of Boulder, Colorado. Look at him just gnawing on that stick. Maniac. This is like the quintessential view of the Flatirons. Like, this is one of the things people love seeing, is like the Boulder area foothills, because they're the very sheer, kind of sharp drop-off foothills. So this is like a very picturesque spot here in Colorado. And when it's late in the afternoon and the sun's starting to come down, you get all these cool shadows. Gorgeous, gorgeous. But we're gonna head back because I did not sign up for this. Come on. We'll go back to the original loop. So it said there was a certain point that it was dogs must be on leash at all times. So he must not even gotten to that part. This must have been another branch off. But we're gonna come back and do this because this would be a gorgeous summer hike. A nice, even early morning when the sun's rising from the east and the sun's on the foothills, that would be really pretty. But if I was to do that, I would need my backpack. I don't have any water with us, so. Ooh, that wind. Yeehaw! Oh my word. I hope the microphone's doing its job, because that is really windy. So yeah, responding to comments. What else has been going on? I don't know, you guys. Like I said, I really went to town gushing over Summer with the Masters, and that's all that's been on my brain. Come on. And I do want to share some ideas with you all, and just, as I like to do, a lot of out loud brainstorming. It's why one of the things I love about doing vlogs is I can just kind of talk to you guys, but also just processing stuff, But I don't want to just spout off all these ideas and then I can't get to them all. Like I said, I still don't know the structure for all the content for Summer with the Masters, so I don't know how much I will be able to include or what will make the most sense. So I'm going to hang on to those ideas. I've just been jotting them down until I can figure out what that structure is going to look like. And even then, I might leave it as a surprise. Like I did with WT Benda and Auguster Bean for Distracted by Diamonds. I didn't announce that I was doing any of that stuff. I just did it and then scheduled it. So I think that was kind of cool to surprise people with we're going here, we're doing this, get ready. And if I do decide to do some kind of series for that cross-stitch conversion, that'll give me a lot of options, because that artist was also a scientist from Germany, and the piece is all focused on plants and mosses. And I was like, this could be the perfect opportunity to take you guys to the botanic gardens. Anyway, that's enough. That's the kind of vibe I'm thinking, is how do I bring that to life, So anywho, what else has been going on? Look at this dog. He's going for it. There's a lot of cycle prints or tread tracks in the dirt, so this must be a popular biking trail. It looks very bikey, this looks very mountain bike-esque. But yeah, as far as regular content, still doing the things, vlogging a lot, which is fun. Going up this hill actually hasn't been that bad. I could have probably gone further, but I chickened out. Doing a lot of vloggy stuff, trying to get outdoors as much as possible, and just excited for the temperatures starting to warm up. The idea, the prospect of camping a lot, and doing longer hikes, maybe a couple backpacking trips. It just seems really exciting. If I can gain the courage, I might introduce you guys to rock climbing. I didn't do it at all last year, but through COVID, and even prior to COVID, I was a pretty active rock climber, mostly indoor, but I would get convinced to do outdoor every so often. I did mostly the belaying because I'm scared of heights, which seems counterintuitive, rock climbing when you're scared of heights, but I actually feel a lot safer indoors, even though it's probably about the same as far as the potential danger. But I did do some outdoor hikes. We went to Moab one season. We went to Red Rocks in Las Vegas 2 years in a row. And then there's some places here in Golden where you can do it as well. So if I can convince Dom, she's also a rock climber, to come, because she's got the rope and everything, then maybe I'll take you outdoor climbing I'd like to get my membership to the indoor climbing gym again. It just really gets me into shape fast. And I'm sure I've mentioned this in the previous videos, I don't even know anymore. But what I look for in an indoor climbing gym is auto belays. It's essentially a giant dog leash, retractable dog leash. And so as you're climbing, the strap winds up because it's at the top. So as you're climbing, it shortens. And then when you let go, it has like a tensioner in it. And so it releases you down slowly. And I like having auto belays because that means you can climb by yourself. You don't have to have somebody at the bottom belaying you. So it just frees up how much I can climb, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll just go randomly climb. And if I don't have a buddy that's coming to do it with me, then I'm kind of out of luck. I just have to boulder, which I don't really like bouldering. So yeah, if I was to do it, I'd have to find a gym with auto belays, and I know that there's not one close. So I don't know. I think climbing gyms have to have a lot more insurance with auto belays, because the liability, they make you sign a ton of like waiver forms and stuff. But yeah, if that was to malfunction, I think that would be a problem. So, yeah, I don't know. It was like one of those hobbies or activities that I got into for like a while. And then I was just like, I hate heights. Why am I doing this? Like, why am I inflicting fear into myself constantly? Like, there's other ways to get a workout, but it is fun. There is a feeling of overcoming those fears, like when you make it to the top of a route. So I see why I'm drawn towards it, but I also see why I kind of stopped doing it. But I started doing it with my buddy, and I got into really good shape there for a while. Not like incredibly fit, but just like I lost like a significant amount of weight. I was climbing like several times a week. And during COVID, when I was doing a lot of like all remote work and work started to slow down, I would take my work laptop in there and just wait for emails, like give me something to do, you know? And because they had like little tables and stuff and Wi-Fi. So I would work from the climbing gym and like answer an email or something, and then it would be quiet, and I'd go clip into the auto belay and just go up and down, up and down. So get to the top, immediately let go, climb right back up again, and just did it as cardio. And I would do that until I couldn't do it anymore, and then go sit down for another hour, do some work, get up, do that again. And I would be just covered in sweat. Like it would kill me. But I probably lost like 20 pounds maybe while I was rock climbing, maybe even a little bit more, and then gained it all back. But it was, it's fun, and it's a very social sport when you go with people outdoor, because you're like climbing up to, like you do your approach to the route. And a lot of times, especially here in Colorado, the little ledge or little areas that you start your routes from are oftentimes just kind of like on a little cliff face, or you only have enough area for you and maybe a few other people to stand around at the bottom or sit around. And so when there's a bunch of people up there climbing, you really have no choice but to stand right next to people. And of course you get talking, you make friends. So there is definitely a community aspect into climbing. And even at the climbing gyms, like even on days where I couldn't find a belay buddy, there would be a couple times where someone would be like, oh, I'll belay you, or, you know, whatever. You just have to you're also putting a lot of trust in a stranger when you do that, which is also something I struggle with. So yeah, but it's a lot of fun. If you ever get the chance to try it, it's fun. Bouldering can be fun too, but it's lower, but there's no ropes, there's no harnesses, there's no this and that. And so I get a lot more scared, even though the fall is a lot shorter when you let go of a bouldering wall. You can still hurt yourself. You can still tear something or, sprain or break something. Bouldering's no joke. And so I don't like it as much. It's a very good workout though. So yeah, the sports and activities that we do might change during the summer. However, I was talking to Scott. I just heard, what am I hearing? That sounds like a train. Okay. I don't know what I'm looking out for. I'm looking out for moose or elk, because they make their way down this far out of the foothills. But yeah, I was telling Scott I've never ice skated before, and he's like, "What? We have to go." And he's very good at it, so I'm like, he might be a good teacher if he was willing to teach me. But then he's like, "Well, I was like, do they have open skate days here?" And he's like, "Yeah, they do, but if we're gonna do it, let's rent you some skates and stuff, and I'll take you out to the lake." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to go from 0 to on a lake." That scares me. So I'm gonna have to convince him one of these days, hey, they have an open skate session at the rink that you go to. Let's teach me how to do it. So yeah, that'd be cool to learn how to ice skate. Even in the summer, I wouldn't mind going and doing that. All right, we just hit our second mile. Oh my goodness. This is pretty. I wasn't expecting us to be in the woods, but this is really nice. I'm hoping this is the loop. That would suck if it's not. I'd probably go for another mile, and if I hadn't seen any signs, I'd be like, "Guess what, guys? We're flipping around." But this feels right. We're headed south, slightly southwest. So if I remember the path on the map, that would be right for this. So we're at least headed in a similar direction. We just need it to eventually start turning left at some point and then left again to head back towards the car. So I'm not too worried. We're close enough to civilization. I still have cell service. So anywho, so yeah, tonight they said that they're going back to their friend's house. She lives in super south Denver. So I don't know if I'm quite up for making that drive, if I'm gonna make it again tomorrow for dinner. Like I said, I do want to see them, but I also don't want to crowd, their friend time that they were planning on. So who knows? I might just find something to do up here. I got my HelloFresh package in today, and I still had 2 from last week, and I'm like, no, I'm behind even more than I used to be. I keep forgetting to turn it down to 3 meals a week. So I only made 2 over the week because I had some for dinner, leftovers. So I technically had it for 4 meals. So it's just too much for me. So now I've got 6 to prepare. So I'm definitely going to make my own dinner tonight. And then maybe go out to karaoke, see what Scott and my roommates are doing. Otherwise, I don't mind doing a little solo karaoke trip. I used to do that a lot, but now that I have Scott and my buddies and stuff, they tend, at least somebody usually is like, oh, I'll go hang out with you for a little bit, or Dom. Hi, let's go, come on. He's got some kind of poop in his mouth. Ugh, this dog, I tell you what, there's only one, if there was one thing I could do to change my lovely son, would be for him not to want to eat poop. But I'm trying to not, it used to like freak me out. Like I'd try to chase him to get it out of his mouth, and then he's like, ooh, we're playing a game. Then I get frustrated because I'm having to chase him, and he hasn't gotten sick from it yet. So I'm just like, you know what? I have to let him live his poop life. You know, I'm not here to kink shame. But yeah, anytime we go out and I see him doing that, he's got breath freshy bones in the car, and then he's got his toothpaste and toothbrush right next to the kitchen sink, so I will scrub his mouth. They also have dog mouthwash, which I didn't know was really a thing until I got a dog. And I guess you just add it to their water once in a while or something like that. It's supposed to help with like bacteria and bad breath, but he doesn't have bad breath outside of after a hike. So I don't think he needs that much, but I'm just like, I just want to like completely disinfect his mouth, you know? But yeah, we went to the dog store yesterday before we went to the lake, and this is Cosmo's Dog Bakery, and they've been seeing him grow up. That's where I go to get his food. It's the first place I brought him when he was a puppy, so they've been watching him grow up. And one of the owners there, she's so sweet to him, and she was like, how was his birthday? Because I tagged them on his birthday post. I was like, it was really good. And she's like, did he like his cake? Because that's where I got the cake from. I was like, yeah, I gave him a few treats off of it and a little piece of the cake, but I didn't feed him the whole thing because that cake was way too big for one dog, and that's the smallest one they have, unless you get a cupcake. And she's like, yeah. She's like, but it's all good stuff. It's like honey, and we put pumpkin in there. It's like, I know, but it just is a lot for one dog. So she was like, well, if you get it again, you can freeze it, you know, chunk it up into pieces and freeze it and just use it as like a meal topper or something. It's all good stuff, you know? So I was like, that's a really good idea. I should have done that. 'Cause even the frosting is made out of yogurt. And then, but also it's just, there is a lot of food coloring in that, you know? So I'd probably just give him the treats, scrape off all the frosting, and then freeze the actual cake itself. But anyway, she was like, I saw you running Apollo the other day, because she's like, I was driving home after we closed, and I saw you running Apollo. He does so good when he's running. I was like, yeah, he actually, you know, he doesn't pull me or yank me in weird directions. Like when we're running, he just goes with me, you know, he's pretty focused too. It's like the only time he stops is if he gets a good sniff of something. But even then, he'll stop and then for like a split second and then keep running because he wants to stay ahead of me. So, but yeah, she was like, he's doing so good and he's getting so big, he's so tall. And I was like, yeah, he's getting taller. So yeah, and then, ooh, I totally forgot. If I can remember to do this, insert this, I will. I totally forgot. I want to do a little picture collage of Apollo to just put up in the house somewhere. And so I texted the family that I got him for. I guess I'll just call them breeders, but they didn't have an official business. It was just a family that was selling litters of Husky and Malamute pups. And so I sent her a text message on his birthday. Apollo's original name was Bolt, B-O-L-T, because he kind of looked like the dog from the movie when he was smaller. So when I got him, his name was Bolt. So I sent her a picture. I was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know it's Bolt's first birthday. And I just wanted to thank you again for giving me the opportunity to get him. He's the love of my life, and he brings so much joy to me, and I really appreciate that you were able to do that. And she wrote me back, and she's like, that's so sweet, and of course I remember you, and I still have your number saved as Bolt's dad in my phone, and he's getting so big, he looks so handsome. And so I messaged her, was that last night or the night before? I was like, hey, I'm just trying to put together a collage of Apollo or Bolt, and I don't know if it's, I should have asked for this much earlier, but do you have any photos of his parents that I might be able to use for the collage? And she's like, oh yeah, sure. So she sent me a picture of his mom and dad, and oh, it was just so sweet. He looks a lot like them. The only difference is his ears are flipped down, which I learned because they should have flipped up for a husky or a Malamute by now. But I learned it can also be a genetic thing where they don't flip up. It can also just be the fact that his ears are too big. And so the cartilage and all that stuff that's in their ears just can't support the weight of them, and it doesn't get stiff enough. Now they could still pop up at some point in his, probably here in the next few months or 6 months. It can happen, but I think his are just going to be down. But what's funny is when he's laying down or when the wind picks up, then they're not as heavy and they flip up and they'll stay up for a little bit. Like when he wakes up in the morning, his ears, like one of them will be flipped up or the other one will be almost there. They kind of do this weird kind of little pigtail thing because when he sleeps and his head's on the ground, they flip up. So he's been sleeping with his ears up all night. So then when he wakes up, they want to stay up because they've been in that position. And so he has this like really goofy, like, I don't know if you can see my shadow, but it's just like this little pigtail ears because they're like starting to fall. And so I don't know, maybe one of these days they'll flip up, but I think he looks cute with his ears slipped down. Anyway, so his parents are gorgeous. He has a very similar face to them. And like I said, one of them's a husky and the other one's a Malamute. So if I can remember, I will insert pictures of Apollo's parents. And I have their names on his birth certificate. So if I can type that in with the picture, I will, if I remember. I think his mom's name was Chloe, and I forget what his dad's name was. But I think his mom is the husky. I'll have to look at the pictures again. Actually, I have them right here. Hold on. Let's see. Because I got a good look at him when I went to go pick him up, but I didn't think to take pictures. Like, you don't think of that. Let's see. Sorry. Let me tilt you down just a little bit. What are people saying to me? Sorry if I'm blocking you. Okay, there we go. Okay. So yes, his mom's the husky and his dad is the Malamute. Let me see if I can show these to you. Can you see that? Okay, I'm not gonna insert them because I'll just show you. So that's his dad. He looks like Apollo. You look like your father. Okay, and then, okay, let's go. And then this is his mom, the husky. So yeah, those are his parents. Let's go. So he definitely got his dad's coat, all white. And I think he got his dad's face for sure. It's like more broad. His mom Or wait. Okay, so his mom must be the husky. Yeah, I think, yeah. It's one of the two. I can't remember which one's which one. Gosh, I don't remember. I want to say that in my head I had it that the mom was the Malamute. I guess Malamutes do look like that, but usually Malamutes are a lot more, at least the ones that I've seen have been more broad. And I remember her being very tall and trim. And his dad was the one that's a little bit bulkier. So I don't remember which one's which, but one of them's an Alaskan Husky and one of them's a Siberian Husky. The other one's a Alaskan Malamute. If you're good at recognizing breeds, you'll have to tell me which one's which. I want to say that his mom was the Malamute, but looking at that picture, I would have expected her to be the Husky. I don't know, but either way, what came out of them was a cute little dog. Apollo, stay. Stay. Good boy. Apollo, stay. Good job. Good voice control. Okay, let's go. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay. Good job, buddy. Okay, come here. Come hither. All right. Okay, see, this looks like, I think we're I don't think we're towards the tail end, but we are now walking east. So I think we ended up finding the right path, which is good. And you might get a shot of the windmills, wind turbines that they have set up out here, because this is a very windy area. Because the foothills, the wind and I think the pressure systems really just kind of shoot down those like a slide, and then it hits this flat plains area, and so you get a lot of wind. Usually this is where, if we're going to get weather down in the plains, this is usually where you get the brunt of it, because it comes in from the mountains or over the mountains. And so usually, like, if we're going to get a snowstorm down here, these are the areas that usually get it the hardest. It's like Boulder and all that stuff. So, and of course we get snow out in the plains, and we would get snow in Greeley and Platteville and stuff, but it was, if we got a big storm, the news was always like, and here's how many feet are in Boulder, because they're just right up against those foothills. So, yeah. What? Come here. You're such a sweetheart. Today I was sitting on the couch for a little bit, and he was sitting next to me, and I was like, I'm so lucky to have you. And he's just looking at me like, can we go play? But this will give him some good exercise. I really like this path. This is much more engaging and varied in like terrain and stuff than the dog park, so I'm paying that $25. And it's about equal distance, maybe a couple minutes longer drive, but I like this a lot better, especially if it's this quiet more often than not. Hi, are we gonna get an annual pass? Because then we can access all of the Boulder County parks, which I'll need to look up and see where else we can take him. That'd be nice. So yeah, if you can see the windmills directly in front of us, we're also right up against a recycling plant, I think is what it is. Oh, I think it might be mining, I don't know. Something industry. But here's a better look south. So that's straight south. So if we headed straight that way, we'd run into Colorado Springs at some point. which is where the dim sum restaurant is that I've taken you to. Oh my gosh, dim sum sounds so good. I can't. Stay strong. Hello Fresh. Hello Fresh. Hello Fresh. Maybe I can do that on Monday or Tuesday. Let's go. Good boy. Okay, let's go. Let's see where we're at. We are almost at 3 miles. We've burned approximately 460 calories burned. Nice. My daily goal is 800. I think maybe this week, maybe tomorrow, because that Sunday starts the new week, I'll bump it up to 1,000 calories because I've been hitting 800 pretty consistently. So if I could burn an extra 1,000 calories a day, that would be awesome. Right? How many calories are you burning? So anyway, backtrack. We were at the pet store. We went in. Lady said, "Oh, he runs so good with you." They pump him full of treats, and I don't mind because I've never seen him like get sick, tummy-wise or otherwise, off of them feeding him treats. But she grabs a full-on like dog biscuit from the bakery counter that they have there at the front of the store, and like it's not just like a piece of one or anything like that. She gives him a whole treat. And so he scarfs that down. And then the other employee that's working there, "Can I give him a couple more?" I'm like, "Yeah." He has this like whole bag of some kind of jerky or like, freeze-dried something. Oh, you can see his little ear flipped up. See when the wind catches it? We'll see if it does it again. Let's go. Let's go. He shakes his head too. I think maybe he doesn't like it, but I think eventually his ears might go up. Look, hold on, let me see. Hope you can see that. Let's see. The one that's facing the wind will just go up. Anyway, so he had some kind of jerky or something, and I was like, "Oh, he'll probably give him like one." Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Apollo. Let's go. He's got another piece of poop. Let's go. Let's go. Nope, he's gonna eat it. Ugh, jeez. Sorry, guys. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go. He left it. He bailed on it, thank God. So, yeah, he gave him like, I want to say like 5 pieces of whatever that was. They were little baby pieces, but he's like, "Well, he's so cute." I'm like, it's fine. Because the other one of the owners was like, "Okay, I think he's had enough." Well, he's just really cute. But we went just to get some refills on some of his stuff. I've been putting salmon oil, a few pumps of salmon oil into his food. So we needed to re-up on that. And then I was going to get him goat's milk. So we were out of bone broth too. So I got him turkey and beef bone broth this time. And then we were out of all the other stuff. So I was going to get him more goat's milk. But they had this raw cow's milk. I don't know if it's pronounced kefir. Kefir, I don't know, Keifer or something like that. But that has a lot of probiotics and stuff in it too. And it was like $1 or $2 cheaper for the pint, or I think that's how much I get him. No, it's a quart, whichever one's larger, quart. So I got him that, and he really seemed to like that today. And then I had been getting him, I got him fermented fish stock. So it's fish stock that they make with, I think, sardines and anchovies. and then they ferment it. So once again, a lot of good gut stuff. So I got him a re-up on that. And then I got him, when I got to the register, she's like, if he likes this stuff, he'll love the other brand that's in there now. We just started carrying it, and my dog's been loving it. And it's called Jiggles. And you can get it in pork and I think one other protein, but it's basically like the rendered down like bone stock and stuff, but it's just all the collagen and all of that stuff. And so it looks kind of thick and like jelly when you thaw it out, but it's supposed to be super good for their joints. It's just like packed full of collagen. So I got him that. And so I put a couple tablespoons of that in his food today, and he seemed to really like it. And then as far as his treats go, I got him some more of those beef tracheas filled with organs. They look like something straight out of a horror movie, but they're a little bit nicer than the raw bones that I get him. And they're less messy, surprisingly, because he eats them. He eats it pretty much frozen, whereas the bone will completely thaw by the time he's like really getting into it. So he just gnaws on it and breaks off the little frozen chunks. I still put a towel down though. So got him those, and then they had a sale, buy one, get one free on frozen fermented chicken feet and pig's feet. And that's all from the brand called Answers, is where I get the fish stock and the cow's kefir and the pig's feet and chicken feet. That all comes from Answers. So they had those on sale, buy one, get one free. And so I gave one to him last night for dinner, a little chicken foot, and I put it in his bowl to eat with the rest of his food. And he looked up at me like, what is this? Like he was like, you want me to eat this? And so he kind of picked it up with his front teeth and just kind of let it hang out of his mouth. And he looked at it and just kind of dropped it on the ground. And then once he got a taste of it though, he ate it. And they're raw frozen chicken feet. So the bones are digestible, all that stuff. So he takes it out of his bowl and then eats it like on the kitchen floor, almost like as a treat, and then goes back to eating the rest of his food. But he really seemed to like them. So he had one today for breakfast. I'm going to give him a pig's foot when we get back home tonight for dinner and see how that treats him. But yeah, I don't know. I've heard mixed things on, I think someone commented on one of my previous vlogs of like, oh, switching up their food allows them to get picky, which I guess I was like, oh, that probably makes sense because they'll like one thing more than the other and know that they have options, but he hasn't really, I don't think he's gotten picky. I think his appetite just fluctuates based on how he's growing, because there was a while there where he was scarfing down his food, and then for a couple days he was not eating it, but then he would eat a big meal at night, and then this morning he ate his breakfast right up. So I think it's just based I don't think I have a dog that's going to be like breakfast, lunch, dinner, the exact proportions of 3/4 cups a day or per meal or whatever. I think it's just kind of like sometimes in the morning he'll eat half of it and walk away, or scarf it down, or just have a couple bites and then want more in the evening. So I just I think I could free feed him where I just always have a bowl out, maybe, but I think we've kind of figured out a good schedule or a good routine. I'll just leave it out, and if he picks at it, great. But if I've got to go or I can't monitor him, then I just put it in the fridge. And then when I come back, put it down for him, see if he'll eat more. But it's just more of a matter of making sure he gets enough by the end of the day has just been my goal now. So, and with all the add-ins I've been giving him, like the squash and all that stuff, and the pig's feed, and I had a couple of pork cutlets that I cooked up and I minced up for him. I've been sprinkling them in there too. So between all that stuff, I've been cutting back his amount of kibble slightly. So he's at 2.5 cups of food per day now, which is pretty easy for him. Plus the other stuff he gets. So, but I've also heard that mixing up their protein sources actually can help prevent allergies from being developed. So just their system always is experiencing new meats and stuff. And it just helps to keep their gut system kind of moving and processing, and it just reduces the risk of allergy. I've just heard a lot of people say that, like, oh, if you get the chicken formula of a particular dog food and that's all you get, and that's the only protein they have, there's a chance that they'll develop a chicken allergy. So, yeah. Right, buddy? Yeah, let's go, poop mouth. Even walking this way away from the mountains is still really pretty. So yeah, I like to mix it up. If anything, I think it's nice. I think it's important for him to get protein from different sources. They call it like a whole prey method. Or, oh, there's his ear. You see it? It's up. Oh, there it is. Hi. Your ears are waving to me today. So it means not only getting their food from various protein sources, but also making sure that they get a lot of different parts of the animal too. So that's why I like giving him those treats that have the organs, the heart and liver and stuff, because that's also really good for them. So it's weird. I mean, I'm no expert, and I'm sure other people know a lot more than me, but I've learned some basics about, I think one of the key things is variety. Oh, you look so cute. You look like such a mountain dog. He was booking it. Good boy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Are you getting your exercises? Yes. You're so friggin' sweet. Yeah. Pow. Get out of here. Get out of here. Let's go. Let's go. 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 Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Hey. Okay. Let's go. Come on. Go. I will put you back on your leash if you misbehave. Okay, I know you're riled up. I know. Come on. This way. Oh my gosh. You have this whole space. Apollo. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. He's all fired up now. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to cut the volume on all of that. But yeah, I've just heard that variety in types of proteins and stuff. Sure, yeah, I can see it potentially making them picky. Like if I was to just get rid of all that stuff and just go back to kibble, he'd probably be like, this is really bland, And I probably couldn't do it now that he's had so many different things, but just to give them a variety of different protein and nutrient sources is, I forget, there's also a different feeding method that's called like, I forget what it's called. It's not like NERD, or it's got a weird like acronym for it, but it's essentially the point, and it's based on, it's mostly talked about when you're talking about feeding raw, is people will feed their dog what they call a biologically appropriate diet. So it's like as close as you can feed your dog to its like wolf ancestors, and that's supposed to be healthiest for them. Of course, you ask any vet and you'll probably get mixed responses, but especially if a lot of time, like if you ask sometimes at pet stores that don't carry like like it's not like a boutique, like it's a PetSmart, you know, well, most of the people there probably wouldn't be able to tell you anyway, but no knock to them, but I've personally experienced a lack of expertise when trying to get recommendations from like a PetSmart or Petco employee. But there's also the school of thought of like, yes, kibble was made for the convenience of the human, because then you don't have to worry about having like raw food and scraps all over it. It's nice, it's easy, it's dry, you can leave it out, it's, you know, shelf stable. So, you know, it was kind of made at the convenience of humans, but there's also a lot of benefits to it because it is safe to eat, you know. So, and I quotations as in, I don't think anything's 100% foolproof. There's been plenty of times where companies have accidentally sprayed too many synthetic supplemental like vitamins and minerals on their food, and it ends up making dogs really sick. There was even, a big issue with cats dying because they were being fed kibble that literally had like no protein in it, and cats need a really high protein diet. So that's one of the reasons why the AFCO, which is like the Food and Drug Administration for animals, was invented, because of all the cat deaths back in, I think, the 70s, maybe. Hi. Okay. Good boy. Good voice control. I'm gonna have to get him registered. I'm gonna take a picture of that when we get back down. He seems like he's fairly well behaved. Behaved enough to get certified, maybe. Let's go. Let's go. So yeah, I personally, I don't sway one way or the other, and we've talked about this when I researched a raw food diet. I think somebody else might have sent me some articles of like vets talking about how awful it is or how not unnecessary it is. I see both sides. I think there's a lot of nutrients and stuff that are retained in raw food, and you lose some of that when you cook. I don't know. So I do a mix. He gets enough kibble to sustain him from a vitamins and minerals standpoint. So anything I do on top of that is not to keep him alive. It's more of just, you know, I think keeping a good variety, keeping his interest in food is important. And I want to give him, you know, I don't know. I think once again, it's mostly for the human. Like I like being able to do that for him instead of just the dry kibble in the bowl, you know, every single day, every meal. It's like, no, like let's throw some good bacteria in there with some goat's milk, or let's throw a chicken foot in there for a little extra protein and just a good, you know, something for you to crunch and munch on. So I think he likes it. Right? Are you happy, puppy? Come here. Come here. Yeah. Are you a happy puppy? Ooh, that would be a really good photo. Can you stay? Stay. 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 He's like, dude, you got 10 seconds. Apollo, stay. Stay. Good boy. Good boy. What's that? Hi. Hi, Bubba. Apollo. Apollo, what's that? Good boy. Okay, I think we got a good one out of that. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, just mixing it up a little bit. It's definitely, you know, it adds to the cost, and, you know, at the end of the day, he's still eating grass and poop and stuff. So it's like, does he really care? But I don't know. He does like it. So he is a dog. He wouldn't know any different if I didn't give it to him, probably. But I'm hoping that maybe some of that stuff down the road will help to keep him bouncing and bopping around a little bit longer. Hey, let's go. Let's go. He's found something else to eat. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I guarantee you they let cows down here because, like, along the fence line right here, it's like cow pile town. I think we're getting close to the car. That was a nice little walk. But yeah, I think even if a lot of that stuff that I'm feeding him is just kind of like auxiliary, like nice to have, but isn't going to, make or break his overall health. But like throwing a little collagen and stuff that's good for his joints, that can't be bad, And maybe, sorry about that, ran out of battery, but luckily I popped a second one in my pocket as we were getting ready, so I was prepared. So yeah, this is the original fork that we took to start this loop, so we did go the right way. Speaking of Apollo, the vet just texted me their automated system. Apollo, according to our records, Apollo's due for a checkup, and that is correct, on April 23rd. Apollo, let's go. Go, go, go. Hey, Apollo. Oh, he wants to get one of those. Apollo, hey! Hold on, guys. Let's go. Come on. He's chasing the groundhogs. Let's go. Let's see if he'll figure the fence out. Look at this dog. Come on. Yeah, good choices. Make good choices, sir. You about cut over to the other side of the fence. I wonder if he could jump that fence. I hope not. Were we still talking about Apollo's food? All right, yeah, when the battery died. Anyway, wrap it up. I think it can only help him to incorporate these little extras here and there if it's not for gut health, so his poops are healthier, but for overall joint health, because, you see those dogs when they get, and I mean, he's gonna get old, but, they start to move a little bit slower, a little bit faster than other dogs, or just run into more like joint and hip issues and stuff. And if I can do anything through his diet to like help to mitigate that, I know genes and breed have more to do with that than anything. But yeah, we'll see. I'll tell you in however many years when he's an old man how he's doing. He's definitely going to be more sprightly than me, I'll tell you that right now. I'm already like, gosh, I need some collagen broth. My knees hurt. My hips hurt. So, cool. We just hit mile number 4. So this was a good one. This is longer than the dog park. So, Apollo, hey. He's groundhog or prairie dog hunting. Let's go. Come on. Voice control. Voice control. Apollo, come on. Let's go. Good boy. Come on. This way. This way. Well, that's it. I mean, we're coming up to the parking lot here. This was fun. This was a really pretty walk. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll have to go back and look at how long we've been out here. I think we've been out here for about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer. So this might be our new dog park option, because I just like the terrain and the fact that we can take that other trail if we want to make something a little bit harder or do a little bit of a harder
portion, we can do that. Otherwise, that loop is still still easy, and it's longer, and the scenery is prettier, in my opinion. So this might be it. I'm gonna get on that app and get the season parking. I think there is a fence all the way out there, but that still freaks me out. Sorry for yelling. Hey, let's go. I'm gonna leash him up. Come here. Come on. Come on. There's a lot of prairie dogs right here near the entrance, so come here, Papa. Good boy. Come here. Okay, stay. Stay. Good boy. Stay. Thank you. Thank you, sweet boy. Sorry. I don't mean to yell in the mic, but I also have to keep him in line. Oops. Yeah, I like this a lot more than the dog park. It's a little more woodsy feeling, and it's not that much farther. In fact, it might actually be the same distance. And it spits me back out in Golden, as opposed to having to go like on the major highway and stuff. So if we wanted to stop in, there's a couple breweries that let dogs in. We can go get a beer or go get some food. Like this is much more my style than the way home at the other places. Kind of like, I guess I do pass by a supermarket, but there aren't a lot of like my spots, if that makes any sense. There's not a lot of my spots, but going into Golden, like those are all my spots. Like if I didn't have those HelloFresh meals, it's because I'm hungry, but if I didn't have those at home glaring at me like, you need to eat us, then I'd absolutely stop on the way home and get some like tikka masala or saag paneer. Both of those sound really good. Oh my gosh. The car ride home is going to be me convincing myself not to go out to eat. Because now I'm just like, well, you could make one of those for lunch tomorrow and it'll still count. But I need to eat them. I think I may even pause next week just so I can take a little bit of a break. Because it's supposed to make cooking dinner at home easier, not stress you out because you want to eat something else. But anyway, we're back to the entrance. There's the car. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this hike. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of this view. And as always, happy placing. Bye, 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 bye. Bye. Say bye, baby. Say bye. Say bye. Okay. Bye.